Hello students, this is the second lecture on inference and types of inference in first order logic. We have already seen what is inference. In artificial intelligence, we need intelligent computers which can create new logic from the old logic or by evidence. So generating the conclusions from the evidence and facts is termed as inference. And we have already seen some of the rules, that is the modus ponens. You can go through the last lecture. Second is the modus tollens, then hypothetical syllogism, disjunctive syllogism, addition, simplification and resolution. Now there are some more inference rules and basically these rules are designed for quantifiers, and we have already seen in the first order logic we are having two quantifiers. First is the universal quantifier and second is the existential quantifier. So we are having four rules for the quantifiers, and the first is the universal generalization, second is the universal instantiation, then third is existential instantiations, and fourth is existential introduction. So the first rule, universal generalization. Universal generalization is a valid inference rule which states that if premise PC is true for any arbitrary element C in the universe of discourse, then we can have a conclusion as for all x px. It can be easily understood through an example. For example, I am writing one sentence, a byte contains 8 bits. This sentence is represented using PC. So the meaning of this sentence is basically in a single byte we are having 8 bits. So we can say that for all x px, all bytes contain 8 bits. That means whatever the bytes are there in the universe of discourse, all those bytes are having 8 bits. So P of C could be represented in form of for all x px. Second is universal instantiation. Universal instantiation is also called as universal elimination. The universal instantiation rule states that we can infer any sentence PC by substituting a ground term C, which is a constant within the domain X, from for all x px for any object in the universe of discourse. This could be easily understood through an example. If every person like ice cream, this sentence can be represented as for all x px. So from this sentence we can infer that John likes ice cream. Third is existential instantiation. Existential instantiation is also called as existential elimination, which is a valid inference rule in the first order logic. The rule states that one can infer PC from the formula given in the form of there exists x px for a new constant symbol PC, and this is the format in which we could able to represent existential instantiation. For example, there exists x, crown x, and on head x comma John. So from this sentence, the meaning of the sentence is there are so many crowns and some of the crowns are on the head of John. That means there exists some crown and the crown could be represented as x1, x2, x3, and these crowns are on the head of John. Now from this sentence we can infer that crown K and on head K comma John. That means there is some crown which is represented through K and the crown is on the head of John. Now this constant K is known as column constant. Now the fourth is existential introduction. An existential introduction is also known as existential generalization, which is a valid inference rule in the first order logic. This rule states that if there is some element C in the universe of discourse which has a property P, then we can infer that there exists something in the universe which has a property P. For example, Priyanka got good marks in English. From this sentence we could infer that, therefore we could infer that there is someone who got good marks in English. Priyanka got good marks in English, which means that someone got good marks in English. Now there are so many methods by which we could able to do the task of inferencing. We are having a backward chaining is there, forward chaining is there, and the resolution is there. Resolution we have already discussed in the previous lecture. In this we will discuss about backward chaining and the forward chaining. Now coming on to the forward chaining starts from known facts and applies inference rule to extract more data until it reaches to the goal. Now whatever the sentences are given to us, what is happening, we are applying inference rule on those sentences so that we could able to reach to the goal. That means we are moving in the forward direction to reach the goal. While in case of backward chaining starts from the goal and works backward through inference rule to find the required fact that supports the goal. So in this we could start from the goal and we will move backward direction, and in this way we could able to do the inferencing. Now this is basically, it is a bottom up approach. Forward chaining is a bottom up approach, while the backward chaining is the top down approach. Forward chaining is known as data driven interface technique and data driven inference technique, as we reach to the goal using the available data, while backward chaining is known as goal driven technique, as we start from the goal and divide into sub goal to extract the facts. So here are some of the differences in the backward chaining and forward chaining, and these techniques could be applied to do the inferencing. So it's all about today's lecture. Thank you.